Hello children, welcome again to the virtual session. Before I begin with the session, it's a revision again of nutrition in animals. If you have already written notes, you need not write it again. You just go through the concepts which will be emphasized in the video. If you have written in the notebook, kindly do not rewrite. Textual exercise I have discussed in this session. So if you have not written textual exercise, question answers, kindly do write in your notebook. Again I am repeating children, you need not write all the concepts again. If you have written, just go through the concepts in the video, it will be reinforced to you. So let us begin with the revision. Before I start with the new chapter, new topics, let us have a look on these concepts again. So nutrition in animals, you can see revision here. The part left in the previous session we did human digestive system. So now let us see how different is human digestive system and digestive system of grass eating animals. So grass eating animals, they are ruminants because none of the animals can digest cellulose, which is a major component of the food eaten by herbivores. So now over here, the plant eating animals digest their food in two steps. The stomach is divided into four chambers: rumen, reticulum, omasum and abomasum. So now over here it is divided into four parts so that they can digest cellulose because they eat grass. So it is specialized stomach so that they can digest grass or cellulose. So first of all, half chew food is swallowed and it is there goes into the mouth. Okay, and then to the rumen, the first chamber of the stomach. So from mouth it goes to the rumen, the first chamber, where it is acted upon by bacteria. This microorganism digests the cellulose. So the structure of the stomach is so as these grass eating animals can digest cellulose because we human cannot digest cellulose. Then this half digested food goes to the second muscular chamber, the reticulum. From the reticulum, the food is sent back to the mouth as curd. So the half digested food is sent back to the mouth, that is called curd, to be chewed again because chewing is extremely important for the digestion process. The food has to be chewed properly so that it is splitted or break down into simpler substances and the digestion process becomes easier. Chewing of the cud is called rumination and such animals are called ruminating animals or ruminants. So you need to understand the difference between human digestive system and the digestive system of grass eating animal. So cow, goat, buffalo, sheep, bison, etc. are good example of ruminating animals. After digestion and absorption, nutrients from the food are taken to the cells in all the parts of the body. The cells oxidize the food to release energy. So this is how the digestion process takes place in grass eating animal. This part was left. We are revising. If you have taken down points, need not write points again, children. Now let us see the textual exercise. If you have not written in your notebook, please do so. If you have already done, do not write again. So filling the blanks, the main step of nutrition in human are dash, dash, dash and dash. So let us see the answer here. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and adjacent. Next question. The largest gland in the human body is liver. The stomach releases hydrochloric acid and dash juices which act on food. So let us see the answer. The stomach releases hydrochloric acid and digestive juices which act on food. So you have to write filling the blanks along with the statement, underline the answer. Next, the inner wall of the small intestine has many finger-like outgrowth called dash. So that is called as villi. So please underline with the statement. You're going to write the answer and underline. Amoeba digests its food in the dash. So food vacuole. So digest its food in the food vacuole. Please write the answers and underline. Next, you have statement true or false. The solution over here given. Digestion of starch starts in the stomach. True or false? False. Because where it starts, digestion of food starts from the buccal cavity, from the mouth itself, because all salivary glands added over there in the food morsel. and it starts from the mouth itself. That's what grinding should happen properly in the mouth. So it is false. The tongue help in mixing food with saliva. True. Because you have a salivary gland which releases enzymes. Okay, so that will help for making the food soft, and have proper mixing of the saliva is extremely important. The gallbladder temporarily store bile. So is it true or false? Yes, true. So gallbladder temporarily store bile. D. The ruminants bring back swallow grass into their mouth and chew it for some time. True. So just now we had discussed they bring it back, that is called as curd, and they chew it again so that proper digestion happen. So that's why those grass eating animals are called as ruminants, and the process of getting back that half digested food and then chewing it again, that is called as rumination. Then tick mark the correct answer. Fat is completely digested in the stomach, mouth, small intestine, large intestine. So the answer is small intestine. So fat is completely digested in the small intestine. Water from the undigested food is absorbed mainly in stomach, food pipe, small intestine, large intestine. So the answer is large intestine. Here match the items of column 1 with those given in column 2. So here you have column 1 food components, carbohydrate, proteins, fat. Column 2 you have products of digestion, fatty acids and glycerol, sugar, amino acids. So let us have a look on the answer. Food components, the products of digestion. Carbohydrate, sugar. Proteins is a building block of amino acids. So all amino acids are joining together to give you protein. Fats, it's a fatty acids and glycerols basically. So this is the answer for the math the following. What are villi? What is their location and function? So let us see. Villi are finger-like projections on the inner wall of the small intestine. Why villi they should be there in the small intestine? Because it increases the surface area for absorption of digested food. Each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. The surface of the villi absorb digested food materials. So this is the answer. And villi singular is villus. Where is the bile produced? Which component of the food does it help to digest? The bile juice is produced by the liver. It plays an important role in the digestion of fats. So if you have not written this question answer in your notebook, do so. If you have already written, please do not write again. You can just go through the video and get your concept will get reinforced. Name the type of carbohydrates that can be digested by ruminant but not by human. Give the reason for this. So the name of the carbohydrate is cellulose, as we have discussed, and it is digested by the ruminant but not by humans, because enzymes which digest cellulose are not present in humans. Therefore we cannot digest all raw vegetables, grass and all, because it has a high amount of cellulose which we cannot digest. We need to cook it properly so that it get converted into the simpler form and digestion becomes easier for us. Why do we get instant energy from glucose? Glucose is the simplest form of carbohydrates and easily get absorbed by the blood, hence provide instant energy. So it is the simplest form. Anything entering in the body which is in the simplest form chemically. So glucose is a simplest form chemically. Is a carbohydrate, but it is the simplest form. That's why it is easily absorbed in the blood and hence it gives instant energy. Which part of the digestive canal involved in absorption of food? Small intestine. Then chewing of food, buccal cavity. Killing of bacteria, stomach. Complete digestion of food, small intestine. Formation of feces, large intestine. So this is the solution for that question. Write one similarity and one difference between nutrition in amoeba and human beings. So do you all agree that there is a nutrition difference between amoeba and human being, and there's some similarity? So let us have a discussion on this similarity. Human and amoeba both need digestive juices for digestion of food. So even in human digestive system, you have learned all so many digestive juices. pancreatic juices, you have salivary gland secreting saliva. So all that enzymes and digestive juices are present in human to make digestion happen easily. Similarly, amoeba also need digestive juices. Okay, you have a bile juice, pancreatic juices, so many juices adding to your food to have a proper digestion of food. Now, what is the difference? Humans need to chew the food, on the other hand, amoeba does not need to chew the food. It is just engulfing the food with the help of false feed called pseudopodia. Human need to chew the food. So, you need to chew your food properly so that whatever you eat is digested properly in the stomach. Then match the following over here. This is an assignment for you. You have to find the answer for this. You take down this question in your notebook and you have to write the answer on your own. You have to match the item of column 1 with suitable item in column 2. So column 1 have salivary gland, stomach, liver, rectum, small intestine, large intestine. So the related terms you are going to find in column 2. Here in column 2 you need to arrange and find the answer. Bile juice secretion, storage of undigested foods, saliva secretion, acid release, digestion is completed, absorption of water, release of feces. So you need to find the answers for this on your own. Label the human digestive system. So here you have a digestive system. So you need to draw a diagram of this digestive system in your notebook. If it is difficult from the video, you can refer to your textbook. I repeat, you can refer to your textbook to draw human digestive system in your notebook. You have to draw very neatly and label very neatly with a black pen. So the answer for this, if this picture is not clear with you, you can refer to this for the answer. Gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, anus, appendix. So now diagram you can refer to your textbook and you can draw and label this digestive system. So it should be done in your notebook very neatly. Can we survive only on raw leafy vegetables? Grass, discuss. So no, we cannot survive for a very long time by only eating leafy vegetables, raw vegetables or grass. We need balanced diet to live long and healthy life. Also the grass contains cellulose which cannot be digested by the human body. So we cannot digest cellulose, that's why, and it will create indigestion problem. That's why we avoid eating raw vegetables and all. As far as possible we cook and eat. Some vegetables can be eaten raw, uh, but mostly we cook vegetables and eat so the digestion is proper. So what you have learned in this chapter, children, just have a quick recap. Animal nutrition include nutrients requirement, mode, intake of food and its utilization in the body. The human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and secretory glands. So you need to mark this alimentary canal and secretory glands. These two are extremely important for the digestion in human. So alimentary canal and secretory glands, it consists of buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine ending in rectum and anus. And the main digestive glands which secrete digestive juices are salivary glands, liver, pancreas. So salivary glands secretes saliva, liver secretes bile juices, pancreas will secrete pancreatic juices. So the stomach wall and the wall of the small intestine also secretes digestive juices. So it will further have to add to the digestion process. The mode of feeding vary in different organisms. They are different in different organisms. Digestion is a complex process involved ingestion, taking in food, digestion, breaking down into simpler substance, that is digestion, then absorption of the nutrients from the digested food, assimilation, the distribution of the nutrient in various part of the body through blood, and digestion, giving out or eliminating or getting rid of the unwanted undigested toxic part of the food, that is called as egestion. Elimination is that means excretion. So classification of animals, you can just go through this chart. There are herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, parasites and scavengers. So herbivores depend on plants, carnivores depend on other animals, omnivores they eat both plants and animals, parasites they make living organism as a host and they are fully dependent on them. Scavengers they depend on dead and decay organism of the nature. So just to have a glimpse of the chapter, then digestion in human, intake of food through mouth, that is digestion. Just a flowchart for you to just have a look on this, a glimpse of the chapter. Travel through alimentary canal and breakdown of food, that is digestion. Nutrients from the food are absorbed, that is absorption. Remaining waste materials ejected out from the anus, that is digestion. So this is a briefing of the chapter which we finished. Alimentary canal, extremely important. You draw this in your notebook, children, very neatly. The alimentary canal, you have to draw these boxes and you have to show these are the parts and you have to show the flow. Right from the top, buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. So you know the flow of the organs or the parts of the alimentary canal from top to bottom. You need to draw this in your notebook. Thank you, children. Here we end with the session, and we are going to begin with a new chapter in a next session. See you next time. Have a great day.